Are you tired of your amazing PS5 gameplay looking less than amazing when you record it? Do your 4K HDR captures just not pop the way they should? Stick around, because I'm about to show you exactly how to unlock professional-grade visuals for your gaming content. First, let's talk about why 4K HDR really matters for your PS5 gameplay videos. See, when you move beyond 1080p and step into 4K resolution, every single frame becomes 4 times sharper, giving your audience crystal clear detail. You can actually see the texture of your character's armor, the reflections on cars, or the subtle lighting effects inside dark environments that just don't show up in standard HD. But that's only half the story. When you add HDR, high dynamic range, it completely transforms the way your video feels. HDR enhances the contrast between bright and dark areas, expands the color range, and makes everything look more realistic and vibrant. Explosions pop with fiery intensity, sunsets glow with deep golden hues, and shadows gain depth that pulls you right into the scene. In short, 4K makes your gameplay sharper, but HDR makes it come alive. And when you combine the two, you're not just recording gameplay, you're capturing a cinematic experience that truly immerses. By recording your gameplay in 4K HDR, you're not just capturing a video, you're preserving a visual experience that stays relevant and stunning for years to come. Think about it, technology keeps evolving. Screens are getting sharper, TVs are becoming smarter, and audiences are expecting higher and higher quality visuals every single day. If your gameplay footage doesn't meet that standard, it'll start to look outdated faster than you think. But with 4K HDR, every tiny detail from the reflections on your cars, paint to the glow of the sunset on the horizon looks lifelike, vibrant, and cinematic. It's the kind of clarity and color that makes viewers stop scrolling and actually watch. HDR, or high dynamic range, doesn't just make things brighter. It balances contrast and brings depth to every frame. Blacks look deeper, whites shine brighter, and colors feel richer, almost as if you're seeing the game exactly as the developers intended. When you record in 4K HDR, you future-proof your content. Even years later, when 8K becomes the new standard, your videos will still hold up, still look professional, still feel immersive, and still impress your audience. Your audience expects top-quality visuals, and recording in 4K HDR is how you deliver that promise. It's not just about quality. It's about color grading is one of the most powerful tools in HDR video production. It's what truly brings your footage to life, transforming flat visuals into cinematic experiences. When you're working with HDR gameplay or any 4K footage, it's important to balance your highlights and shadows carefully. The highlights should shine with brilliance, showing off those bright skies, reflections, and explosions, but without blowing out the details. Meanwhile, your shadows should stay deep and rich, adding contrast and mood without crushing the darker areas. And then comes saturation, the secret ingredient that makes every color pop. Enhance it just enough to make the scene feel vibrant and alive, but don't push it too far, or it'll start to look unnatural. The goal of color grading in HDR is to create depth, realism, and emotion. Done right, it makes your gameplay look truly next-gen, every scene bursting with detail, contrast, and energy that captures your audience's attention instantly. All right, gamers, let's make sure your PS5 is giving you the absolute best visuals possible. First, grab your controller and head over to Settings. From there, scroll down to Screen and Video, then select Video Output. Now, under Resolution, choose 4K. This ensures your PS5 displays games in stunning ultra-high definition. Next, look for the HDR option and make sure it's set to automatic or on. HDR makes your colors brighter, your shadows deeper, and every scene look more realistic, especially in cinematic games. Before you start gaming, make sure your TV or monitor actually supports HDR and 4K, otherwise, you won't see the full effect. Once everything's set, jump into your favorite game and enjoy the true power of next-gen graphics, sharp details, vivid colors, and a whole new level of visual experience on your PS5. Editing 4K HDR footage can be challenging, especially if your system isn't built for heavy video processing. To make the process smoother, start by using powerful editing software like Adobe Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, or Final Cut Pro. If you notice your computer slowing down or lagging during playback, don't worry, just use proxy files. Proxies are lower resolution copies of your clips that make editing much faster without affecting the final 4K HDR quality. While editing, keep your transitions clean and simple. Avoid overusing flashy effects that can distract from your visuals. Also, pay close attention to color consistency across all your clips. Proper color correction and grading will help your final video look cinematic and professional. Finally, export your project in 4K HDR format to preserve all the beautiful details and vibrant colors. With the right workflow and tools, your footage will look stunning every single time.